Welcome to Fast Fridays presented by Maconi Setup Shop. Tonight, we're taking the street stocks to Iowa Speedway in what has become a fan favorite car in this series. For those of you who haven't joined us before, Fast Fridays is a weekly series by Maconi Setup Shop featuring a varying car and track combination that is completely free to take part in. Yes, folks, I said free to come and race in the broadcasted race. And remember, folks, you help decide the car and track combination every week by voting on the Maconi Setup Shop social media pages. So make sure to go and follow along and vote for what you want to see next. My name is Jake Reeves, and joining me in the booth is the pizza man himself, Brayton Laster. Ryan Bauer is working the controls as our producer and using cameras provided by Dougie Beard. Brayton, this is a very fun track. We are expecting a great race here tonight. You have even had some experience with laps turned here in the real world. What can we expect to see tonight?
Yeah, this is a very unique facility, very fast facility, especially with the street stocks. I think we can expect to see multi-groove racing from the bottom all the way up to the top. You have a lot of different banking, especially from 1 to 2 and 3 and 4. You can set up each corner differently, and you can go basically run the top if you want in one, but there's also a lot of bumps that you got to watch out for. It's easy to get loose. Tire wear, not a big issue, but also you have a lot of aero tight to deal with these cars. So you want to be able to get a draft down these big, long straightaways, especially for the street stocks, but it's going to be interesting to see where you can make up time in the corner and hopefully make a pass.
And it will be an absolute barn burner here tonight at Iowa with the street stocks. Pizza man Brayton Laster, and looking pretty slick, I guess you could say, right there, Brayton, with all the pizza deal going on with the hat, the shirt, the whole 9 yards, looking pretty slick tonight. But here we are, got him on the grid. Jeffrey Maconi, the boss man, and his teammate right beside of him, Joey Masevich, right there on the front row. Matter of fact, tied as far as time. No joke right here, folks, at a 26.628. Got Kyle Brummett, he will be third. Jacob Cannon will be fourth. Got Magnus Anderson will be fifth. Gavin Marlin in sixth. Mark Thrash, he'll be seventh with Tobias Matheson in eighth. Aaron Thompson will be ninth. And Gavin McCool, he rounds out the top 10. You, Brayton.
Bob Cornwell, that's Robert Cornwell out of the Indianapolis area. A lot of street stock experience in real life, and Gerald Ingerick on row 6 there. Then you have Chuck Frazier and Aaron Shiflett on row 7. And that's going to end up your round out your drivers that took a time. Everyone else did not take a time. It left the start. In fact, you have Chase Stewart and Ryan Keens in row 8. Garrett Pick and Austin Hill in row 9. And Jason Washburn and Max Dinda in row 10.
And you got a couple guys back here in the back, did not set a time as well. Very, very cool track this evening. Very cool air temperatures as well, 66, 68. See the wind 4 miles an hour shouldn't play a factor into this, but you know, Brayton, we've had the street stocks here on Fast Fridays on Maconi Entertainment in the past, and they have put on one hell of a show. And now we're going to have them on a short track like Iowa, right here a little bit over 3/4 of a mile. I think this is going to be a slugfest right here with these guys, honestly.
Yeah, I know when we went to Dover a couple months back, it was almost like super speedway style racing. I think we're going to see a lot of the same thing, a lot of bump and run moves. And while this isn't as tight as Dover, where it's only 2-3 lanes wide here, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw people going 6 wide here. To be honest, there's room for it. But I feel like it's going to be about using that front bumper, and you might rough the guy up in front, and you might stuff him in the wall. But it's going to be interesting to see. We got 75 laps going for 55 minutes. Hopefully we don't reach that 55-minute mark, but I expect a lot of cautions for the slugfest. Pit road, only 40 miles an hour. Be careful not to speed. Unlimited tires. I don't think tire wear is going to be a huge deal, but we might see someone dive in late if we get a long run and take some brand new sticker tires and hopefully make up some moves. 3 green-white checkers. Now, if you're someone like me, expect to use them, especially on a short track like this in a street stock, and then a custom fix setup provided by Maconi Setup Shop.
And folks, if you get the chance to definitely want to up the ante, as you see, you got some guys right here with their sim rigs, I guess you could say, got their virtual cams going on. Got Jeffrey Maconi over there on the left side, the boss man himself, getting it ready to rock and roll this evening. This is Jacob Cannon right here, got the onboard virtually and physically, if you will, with the camera on him. Jacob Cannon, he will be starting from that second row on the outside right behind Joey Masevich. But pace car's going into turn 3 right here. And we're going to let them crank it up right here for you folks. Get us a 1 lap. Let you hear what these street stocks have as we get ready to go green. fanning out 3 wide back there in the back, but up front, Joey Masevich, Jeffrey Maconi leads the field. Get Jacob Cannon and Kyle Brummett right there behind them. Basically, the top 4 guys looking like they are in pace formation. A couple of racing back there in the back as well. Now the top 6 cars looking like they're in pace formation, Brayton.
And we got 6 hogs under a blanket here. Going to be really interesting to see what Joey Masevich can do on this top. We talked about it. It's a multi-groove track, but you can't get too high up there in turn 1 and 2. We're going to see number 20 try to attempt and get a little loose some of that rear grip. That's Gavin Marlin. But the bumps in 1 and 2 are treacherous, especially for a car like the street stock. So going to be possibly dangerous move up there, but can speed be found up there? We'll have to find out.
Yeah, you got one guy way up there at the top of the racetrack. I believe that was Magnus Anderson, I believe it was, all the way to the top. No, excuse me, Gavin Marlin in the number 20. As you see right now, Joey Masevich going to take it all the way to the fence. 3 wide for second. Maconi still has the lead. Got Brummett and Cannon right there on the inside of Masevich. Masevich barely gets clear of the 22 right there, and it is a dogfight coming off of turn number 4.
Now Masevich is going to get the run off of 4 and kind of clear those guys behind him and get a run on Jeffrey Maconi. Going to send it on the inside in turn 1. He has an inside line. He has a grip, but can he make it stick? He's going to slide up a little bit. So does Maconi. These 2 are going to be fighting bumper to bumper, door and nail, tooth and nail, something like that. And we're going to wreck in the back.
Got a wreck in the back. Going to see where all this happened back here.
It'll be Jamie Acres in the number 6 for 15th.
Yeah, Jamie Acres gets a little spun out, if you will, back there off of turn number 2. Looked like he may have got just a little bit of help from Chuck Frazier right here. You see Frazier trying to work him over right here. This is way, way in the back. And you see right here, Jamie, he didn't actually get any help. He actually got some help after he straddled the apron right there and then just gone. I mean, he just spun it out, and then obviously 73, nowhere to go, just straight up gets into it.
Yeah, I think that was just a habit of hard racing down the stretch. We saw Chuck get into Jamie there, and kind of hard to set up a corner when we got someone driving through their back bumper. And I don't think Chuck would have had anything to initially do with that spin, but definitely got him a little squirrely through the front straightaway there. So I don't think anyone's really to blame, just a hard racing incident in the early laps for this one.
Yeah, he just got down just a little bit too close right there. Got a couple guys look like they're going to slide into the pits right here. Maybe get them some of them unlimited tires right there and check it out right here. I mean, got Brayton Lasher right here with us, folks. The pizza man himself got the whole hat, the shirt, the whole nine. Brayton, where did you get this whole suit that you got right here?
Well, a lot of people know I like pizza, and it's kind of my thing. And so obviously over the past couple years, as I've embellished the brand, and I go to different thrift stores or look on different websites, and I just kind of grow my collection until I have a wide variety of pepperoni pizza apparel. Some would call it an unhealthy addiction. Pepperoni pizza is definitely unhealthy. So I'm not doing so hot here. A pepperoni pizza addiction in terms of clothing probably isn't the best or the greasiest thing. Well, actually, it is the greasiest thing. So I just slide, through traffic though, on and off the track. I want to point out, Jamie Acres has almost hit the wall 12 times while we're pacing here. So it's gonna be interesting to see as we're going to take the 1 to green, and everyone's gonna start doubling up here.
Cannot wait to get this bad boy going right here. Brayton, before we get going back to green right here, obviously you are the pizza man. What is your, I guess you could say, restaurant of choice for pizza? What is your choice? Is it Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Domino's? What you got?
Those are all fantastic choices. I like to say it's easy to find a good pizza. It's hard to find a perfect pizza. And there's quite a few different places. Papa John's, Casey's, Domino's are all fantastic. But there's a local chain called Mozzie's on the east side of Indianapolis I quite frequent. I drive 45 minutes every time just to go out there. And it's fantastic, called Mozzie's. Local chain in Greenfield and whatnot on the east side of Indianapolis. If we get ready to take the green flag one more time here.
Me personally, I take Papa John's because they deliver and the rest of them don't. So go with the Papa John's is what I would say. Green flag in the air. Jeffrey Maconi, Joey Masevich up here on the front row. Magnus Anderson trying to sneak his nose up in here, if you will. 3 wide right behind them. Brummett back there with Austin Hill as they come off of turn 2.
Austin Hill just kind of sent it on the bottom of 1 and 2 of that restart. They're going to be 3 wide also for 8. That tells you we're going to have a spin. That's going to be the 22. Gavin Marlin makes it around. Oh, man, that is... I'm not sure actually who that is. They are not the actual 22 in Irie. They look like the 22, but they're not the 22. That's the 88 of Jacob Cannon. And then Gavin McCool also involved in that. When we saw that start to develop going into turn 3 there, they were 3 wide coming off of turn 2, and obviously with this track, you can kind of make it work because you got to give room. They were almost staggered 4 wide as we're going to see on the replay here.
Yeah, we'll get the whole deal right here. And upsetting right there to see Jacob Cannon. I mean, they was just driving it in there. May have just got just a little bit of help. We'll see it right here on the restart. Everybody looks like they're kosher, I guess you could say. One guy went all the way from the top down to the bottom, made it work.
That's Austin
Coming
Hill.
around right here, yep, Austin Hill, and then right back here is where all the initiating started back here. You got the 44 right here behind Cannon. Looks like he just may have just sent it in just ever so slightly, tagged him right there in the left rear.
Yeah, I don't think Cannon knew they were 3 wide because he didn't really give a whole lot of room on the bottom. And you saw the 44, that was Garrett Pick. Didn't really have anywhere to go, and then he had the 20 as well of Gavin Marlin, who we just talked about a couple laps ago. They were kind of staggered 3. You had the number 30, number 3 kind of on the outside looking on the top. So I don't know if Jacob Cannon didn't know they were 3, almost staggered 4, and was trying to give the guys on the top of the line, but it didn't work out really for him. I don't think it's going to be too bad. He's got quick repair. I don't think he's going to need to use it. But I think everyone's going to come out A-okay on this one.
Yeah, and that's a big thing that we do need to make sure that we remember. These guys do have one fast repair, but here we go. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Jeffrey Maconi, he will lead them. Got Austin Hill tucked right up his back bumper. He's not playing around right here, Brayton. He's going down to the bottom. He wants to challenge the boss man for the lead here at Iowa.
He's sending off a turn 2, made the same move he kind of did, kind of won the inside of the cars in front of him. It's trying to make it stick. They were staggered 4 going into number 3 here. That's going to be the number 40 and 18, Kyle Brum. We have the number 20, we just talked about Gavin Marlin involved. The number 7, Magnus Anderson, all staggered 4. And we have another battle for the lead. Joey Mesnovich coming up to the bottom, doing the same move that Austin Hill just made on Maconi. Now Maconi with a little bit of bump draft. They're going to be staggered 3 going for the lead into 3.
3 wide for the lead, going into 3 as Brayton just called it. Masevich in the middle, Maconi down on the bottom, Austin Hill all the way to the top. Masevich comes down, Dorsey's teammate just a little bit, Dorsey even more. Still dooring one another as they go into turn 1, still 3 wide. Austin Hill all the way up, still on the top. As Masevich backs away, gives room to Maconi. Now he's going to stuff him 3 wide and try to put Maconi in the middle as they go into 3.
The Austin Hill got the run off of 2, going to try and make it stick through 3 and 4 on the top. But here comes number 44, also Garrett Pick, trying to make a move on Maconi, looking to make it 4 wide possibly. Most of it's going to fade back through the straightaway here, get a little bump draft from the number 18 of Kyle Brum. They're still side by side for the lead. Austin Hill on the top, making it through the bumps, making it stick up there. Gonna get a run off of turn 2 off the outside of Jeffrey Maconi. They're still side by side, nose and tail as they go into 3, almost banging doors here.
And Maconi still trying to get back to the lead, but Austin Hill 17th to 1st. Don't count out that 44 right behind them. As you're seeing the 44 getting into Jeffrey Maconi right here. That's Garrett Pick, and that 44 started 16th up to 3rd. So the 2 biggest movers in the field up here as they're 3 wide. Masevich gets doored from Pick. Austin Hill still stuck up on the top side. Maconi still has the lead. Here comes Pick down to the bottom. Almost gets into Maconi. Now you get into him. Dooring one another as Austin Hill gets the run off of turn number 4.
The Austin Hill got a huge run from Maconi, and Garrett Pick made contact off the corner. They're going to be 3 wide going into 1 and 2 here. Mustovich kind of lost some ground there. Some contact from the number 7 off the corner last time by. But now they're going to be 5 cars almost in a pack. This is some fine super speedway racing. And they're all in the bottom 2 lanes, Maconi, Hill, and Pick. 3 pigs under a blink. You're going to be 3 wide to come to cross the line here for lap 18. I can't honestly tell who led that lap. Only 18 thousandths of a second separated our entire top 3 here. Going to be interesting to see if tire play comes in a huge factor here. Obviously, Garrett Pick on the bottom of Maconi and Hill maybe using a little bit more rubber, going to maybe start to fade off here. You're going to have to kind of watch and find out and see how this one plays out.
4 1,000ths of a second. Maconi led that last lap. Is Austin Hill right there on him as well. Now he gets him by 9 1,000ths of a second, still 3 wide. Brayton, these guys are damn near leaning on one another every time they come off of the corner. As Maconi tries to slide up, he's able to, barely gets clear from Austin Hill. Right behind him, Pick down on the bottom, still trying to get some help on that bottom line, with Joey Masevich trying to shove him along as well. Magnus Anderson also right back there in that 4th spot, trying to tail along, if you will. And check out Mark Thrash. He's up there in the middle of this right here. 6 cars up here in a pack trying to roll with them, try to see if they can get something going and maybe try to get around Jeffrey Maconi.
Yeah, they're riding on the onboard of number 40, Chase Stewart, him, Mark Thrash, and Tobias Matheson have all caught up this pack. They were about a second behind with this hard racing amongst these top 5 drivers. Had been given a chance to catch up and play, go catch the leader. Maconi leading that lap by 0.08 of a second. Garrett Pick still in 3rd. Austin Hill in 2nd on the outside. Austin Hill on the outside of Garrett Pick. These drivers are absolutely leaning on each other. Maconi gonna get a little bit bumped from the number 26 of Austin Hill. Hill sitting on the bottom, going to slide up, almost take out Maconi there. That could have been dangerous if we have these top 8 drivers now in these fierce street stocks, beating, bumping. It's almost like a Daytona-style drafting. You see these guys push each other down the straightaways and leaning on each other as much as they can in the corner, barely giving each other any breathing room, no room for mistakes, no room for errors. You mess up here, you might be done for the night.
Absolutely, unless you have that one fast repair to be able to pull it off. But these guys up here, everybody running very cleanly, as we do have a caution on the speedway. A couple of guys back here might have got tangled up and got spun around, if you will. Looks like that is the 73 entry of Chuck Frazier. It's like he is slow on the racetrack. We'll try to get a replay right here of kind of what happened. As you see Frazier taking a hard shot into the outside wall. We'll get it one more time right here. Wow, looked like the 15. That's Aaron Shiflett. Looked like he just overdrove the corner and just straight up got into him right there.
Yeah, Shiflett is kind of said all gas, no brakes. Almost sitting in Lightning McQueen style, and unfortunately didn't come out with any damage, unlike the number 73 of Chuck Frazier, who we've talked about tonight, been in some accidents already. Frazier has, so I don't really think anything could have done. I mean, number 15, Aaron just sent it in there. We're gonna call him send it Shiflett now. He just really, I mean, with no regard for that car on the outside. He said 8 tires are gonna stick better than 4, but see almost the entire field coming down pit road here.
Send it Shiflett. That's the way I would look at it right there. Yep, Maconi coming down, Austin Hill, all the leaders coming down. Very unfortunate to see that caution come out, because Brayton, they were just straight up racing their tails off up there. I mean, a hell of a race up front. But, you know, one guy ends up getting into another one. You have a caution. That's what happens. We'll see who will win the race off of pit road. Of course, Jeffrey Maconi right there. He is the first pit stall. See if he's able to get it right here, as Maconi is able to get off first right here.
No left side for Maconi. And also the number 7 of Magnus Anderson, who was running in 3rd when that caution came out, missed his pit stop by about 2 football fields. Had to back up because he's going to lose a lot of spots here. Came in 3rd, going to come out definitely not 3rd. As Maconi with an odd call, no left sides. I'm not 100% sure what tire wear was for these guys. And we talked about tire wear was not a huge deal, only about a 1/10 of a second every 10 or so laps. He ran about 20 laps here. Most of the lows have been under green. We had a couple cautions, and I just don't know if left sides are really going to matter as much. Maconi obviously not thinking they did, and Jacob Cannon actually going to stay on out here, I believe, and try to inherit the lead. We saw him get spun in our earlier wreck as well when they were 4 wide, almost going into turn 3. So Jacob Cannon from the last to the first almost on this restart, staying out. He came down. He was one of the only few guys I think that came down about 10 laps or so for that earlier wreck. His tires might not be that bad.
Yeah, they might not be that bad. I mean, it looks like he's got a lot of confidence right there, as we got the real world cam right there. Yep, give us a thumbs up, baby. There you go, Jacob Cannon right there. And very, very known fact out of this right here. Got the car right there, AutoZone. Check it out right there. He actually works for AutoZone. I mean, he's got his actual work uniform on, so odds are he probably just got off work and jumped in here and got ready to race right here. So big shout out to him and AutoZone for his sponsor. I mean, look at it. He's even got the name tag right there, Brayton. He's got the name tag on there. Awesome to see that right there. That is some support. That is, I mean, that's showing a lot of support for where you work at right there.
It's incredible. You gotta admire that dedication.
That is some hard dedication right there. But, yep, Jacob Cannon, he is still the leader right here. And folks, if you want to get your speed going here with Maconi, obviously right there, check it out, Maconi Setup Shop, the official setup shop of eNASCAR. Go and get you a setup. You will see them lap times fall very, very quickly. I know for myself, being a sponsored driver with Maconi Setup Shop, they will turn your life around. They will turn your racing around big time and get you some of them wins, get that I rating up there, get in some of them big splits, get in there with them big dogs that we like to see race a lot here on iRacing. So go check them out. It's MaconiSetupShop.com for all of your setup needs. And Jacob Cannon's still gonna hold it the best he can up here. Got Jeffrey Maconi with those two right side tires that you talked about, Brayton. He'll be on the outside. Got Garrett Pick, Joey Masevich in that second row. Austin Hill, Gavin McCool, they will be in the third row, fifth and sixth respectively. How about Tobias Madsen? Haven't talked a lot about him though. Seven back there in seventh. Magnus Anderson in eighth. Get Jamie Akers, he's in ninth, started 18th up to ninth. And send it Shiflett, as you just mentioned right there, Brayton. He will be the top 10 as we get ready for this restart right here. And 27 of 75 laps right here to get this bad boy going right here. And it's going to be interesting to see Jacob Cannon right here staying out. You mentioned that he did go in, get some tires and everything else, but it's going to be iffy to see it right here as the pace car is off. Cannon is going to get ready. He is on the gas. Green flag is out. Maconi does not get that good of a jump, but Garrett Pick gets a great jump with Austin Hill right behind him. Cannon slips up in front of Maconi. Now Garrett Pick goes to the lead.
Jacob Cannon on his old tires going, oh, it's going to have a wreck in the back. Jacob Cannon, as I was going to say, was falling back and fading fast. Not really the right call. He's going to get a chance to come down, kind of reset himself instead of losing a ton of time there. Going to be able to get some new tires for his caution as we see the number 00 of Robert/Bob Cornwell. I talked about him earlier in the show, from the Midwest, Indianapolis area. Worked with, the wreck was actually behind him, but worked around street stocks and raced quite a bit through his life. So a lot of experience. In real life, it's not iRacing a whole lot tonight. As we're going to go back and kind of see what had here. Shendit Shiflett. My favorite driver in this whole field. He sent it all right around the top, and he did not make it quite stick the way I don't think he would have wanted to.
Yep, he sent it all right and sent it straight up into the fence right in front of the 73. Chuck Frazier, I mean, I'm telling you right now, if Chuck's able to get him a top 10 out of this tonight, it's going to be a blessing, especially for him. You see it right here, right behind Cornwell, 73, and then bam! I mean, just another one right there gets took out as well. Very unfortunate for all of them, but Send It Shiflett sends it. Not able to make it stick like you said. And right here, we're going to ride on board right here with Bob Cornwell, who you just talked about right here. You see Shiflett up there, he's already spinning. Already takes the 73 out right here. Almost made it by. I mean, he missed it. I mean, he barely missed it, but not able to do it. Tags him just ever so slightly, and that left rear spins him out.
Yeah, and then in number 20 of Gavin Marlin, we talked about him quite a bit tonight. And then number 23, Gerald Injurick, both got some pretty heavy damage from Sendit Shiflett. Obviously, forgot where the brake pedal was on that one and rolled back up the track. As the pace lights are off here, we're looking to try to do this one more time.
Pace car is off. Pick up front. Austin Hill on the outside. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. Big time jump right here out of Garrett Pick. Huge jump, if you will, with Austin Hill right here. Both of these guys started outside of the top 15, now up front. Jeffrey Maconi back here trying to see if he can get around Tobias Matheson for that third spot as they're fanning out 3 wide behind Maconi and them.
They were 5 wide going into turn 1 there. I don't know how we make it out. We're not going to make it out of turn 4 though. Joey Mestovich goes around and a lot of other drivers involved in that one. As the battle for 5th was heating up, they went into the corner almost 5 wide. Started with our favorite AutoZone driver, the number 22 there. I forgot his name, Jacob Cannon. That was fantastic. We're gonna watch that. Joey's kind of got in there. Cannon checked up a little bit on that high side. I don't know, we tried to arch it down. Joey in the Cannon, and then the rest of it kind of stacked up. Made it through for the most part. We saw the 6 of Acres there. He was in that lap 5 wreck, if you remember. He'd make it through okay, but Joey, not really building great reputation, although I don't think he's gonna beat Send It, Shift It at this point. I think that was kind of an incident of hard racing on both their parts. You had Cannon trying to arch it down in the corner, nothing could really do. They're going right on board for the number 7 of Magnus Anderson. Right behind all this, it's an excellent job of checking up and getting it low down to try and avoid any damage there. He should be able to easily restart back in the top 10 where he was.
Yeah, and you know, like you said right there, Brayton, I mean, that was just, I mean, that's racing right there. I mean, that's not something like Send It, Shift It did over in turn 1 with Chuck Fraser. I mean, that's just straight up racing right there. I mean, Cannon, you know, obviously on those older tires, he checked up a little bit too much. Masevich gets into him, and you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna see if we can talk to Jacob Cannon. Jacob, what are you thinking right now, buddy?
We're just in a position to try to make us more track position. I feel like we're lacking on some things. If people would just calm down on track, I think we should be in a spot to win this thing.
Awesome. Well, we're fixing to go back green. You got any sponsors that you want to thank real quick?
Man, I just got to give a shout out for AutoZone for taking me on board for one of their delivery drivers. It's a pretty good job. Been with them for about a year now. And I just want to appreciate them for everything.
Awesome, Cannon. Hopefully we get you back in this, baby.
All right.
I don't think it'll be too long before he gets in it. There were 3 wide per second. Number 07 gonna go around. Into the 18 of Kyle Brummett. They were 3 wide before they even reached the start-finish line.
Well, I mean, Brayton, we've seen that right there. We've seen with some of these restarts with some of these guys pushing it, that 3 wide jumping, if you will, right here. You're gonna see it right here. I believe that is. I believe that's Tobias Matheson. He's stuck in the middle right there. And I mean, just Chase Stewart right there on the top side right there. Stewart, I mean, he just comes down. He just doors him. He just straight up doored him. Doored Tobias Matheson. Straight up sends him right there. Unfortunate for, you know, those guys. But, I mean, Brayton, we've seen that right here on these restarts with 3 wide in these instances. Actually, like Tobias may have came up and got into Chase right there, or got into Stewart just a little bit. Stewart might have just had enough of it with these short track tempers that we see. Straight up come down into it. And actually, Stewart has been DQ'd from what we're hearing right now. Chase Stewart being DQ'd from the race. So we won't have to worry about Stewart doing any of that stuff for the rest of the races. We see Masevich going back down pit road right here. So it sounded like it was 3 strikes and he was out. So unfortunate right there for him. But, I mean, hey, that's how it is right there. But getting ready to get back going here on the racetrack right here.
Something to think about. We had everyone came down for that lap 22 caution. So everyone came down for lap 22 caution, and it's been 12, 13 laps since then. But we never really have ran a whole lot of green flag races since. A lot of these guys are still trying to get heat in their tires. A lot of them on those sticker type tires. Gonna be interesting to possibly see if we can even get heat in the tires. I think that's a problem of what we're seeing. We're gonna make it 1 and 2 laps in these cold tires as we're looking to go green here one more time and hopefully stay green.
Hopefully stay green as they are rolling once again. Austin Hill up top took that outside lane to be able to arc it into the corner the best that he can, and he's going to arc it in there very, very well. Jeffrey Maconi still in second. Tobias Matheson in third. He's getting a little bit of a pressure right now from Jamie Akers. We talked about Jamie a while ago. Jamie was one of those that got down, straddled the yellow line down on the bottom, spun it out, and then got tagged in the back end, got spun. Now door to door, side by side, actually leaning on one another is Akers and Matheson as they go into turn 1.
Akers trying to sit on the inside of Maconi, not going to quite make the deal. They're going to be 3 wide off of 2. It's not going to work out for Akers. A little bump in love. That's going to be the number 07 or 7 of Magnus Anderson. Not Matheson, that's Anderson. Kind of got stuck on the bottom there. We saw Akers lose it, walk up a little bit, and come down trying to recoup himself. Not really able to make it stick there. Matheson in the 07 going to reclaim that 3rd spot. Akers going to settle back in the 4th. And Mark Thrash kind of stole that 5th spot from everyone in the melee there. Made it through fairly clean. But Anderson kind of nowhere to go, got stuck, and had a car come across his nose. Everyone was able to keep it straight, keep it going. Luckily, we made it actually more than 1 lap this time without wrecking. So we're hopefully, as we see the halfway mark here, going to be able to keep it this way.
And, you know, Brayton, this is actually a different type of race that that we're seeing right here, especially from what we seen earlier on in the race. I mean, we saw 8 guys in a pack that looked like they was at Daytona or Talladega, however you want to call it, basically super speedway racing, 3 wide, 2 wide, whatever you want to call it. Now everybody's just single file right now. What do you make of this?
Yeah, I think everyone's kind of calmed down. People have gone out here, they've ran quite a few long runs. We saw a 20 or so lap run in the early stage of this race. You kind of know what you got, what you don't got. We're only down to about 13 or 14 cars really left running out here. Their top 10 are all within 3 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but only a couple minutes ago, their top 8 was within half a second of each other, it seems. So I think people are calming down as we see the number 7, and that's, I'm not sure, is that Brummett? That is Brummett trying to make a move on the outside of this party. Mark Thrash also making up some ground. We just talked about him, stole that top 5 spot. Is now on the outside of turn 2, trying to make it stick. They're actually going to battle for the lead, make some contact. That's Hill and Maconi.
Big battle for the lead up front right there. Maconi tried to hold it. He tried to send it right there, if you will, right there on Austin Hill. Slid up in front of him. Both of them got together. Maconi got a little bit loose, came down into Hill. Now Tobias Matheson going to see if he can jump up here, get in the middle of this. Don't count out Jamie Akers, Mark Thrash right behind him as well. But Jeffrey Maconi made a move, made it stick barely, but able to hold on to it. He's going to jump up in that middle lane. Austin Hill down on the bottom. He's going to try to take a run. Tobias Matheson jumps up behind Jeffrey Maconi, maybe even try to do a little bump draft, if you will, in the street stocks here in Iowa. He may try to go 3 wide. No, he doesn't. Comes down doors Austin Hill. But Hill's going to try to take a run at Jeffrey Maconi right here. He's going to get into him. Almost spins Jeffrey Maconi. These 3 guys up here driving the hell out of these cars, trying to see if they can get to the lead and keep it there.
Brummett, Akers, and Thrash are 3 wide off the 4. They're not going to make it stick. Brummett in the wall, Thrash in the wall. Everyone's eating concrete for lunch and dinner and everything else in between. These 2 are still stuck in the wall. Finally get it going straight. Thrash and Brummett 3 wide did not make it stick. We still have an awesome battle for the lead as the green's going to stay out. Maconi with a run off of turn 2. Then we got Hill sliding back into 2nd. Matheson trying to make up some lost ground, trying to steal the lead from these 2 drivers. They're leaning on each other, bumping and banging, as we've seen 3 wide work, but we also seen it not work. Does he question it? Does he send it? I'm not 100% sure, but by Matheson, I'm going to kind of take some notes and shuffle it there and start bumping people.
Here goes Austin Hill down to the bottom, slides up a little bit, almost gets into Jeffrey Maconi. Actually, he did get into Jeffrey Maconi. Here's Tobias Matheson right behind him, trying to find a way to get around him as well. Magnus Anderson, he slid up there in that 4th spot with Gavin McCool back in 5th, as they have slipped past Jamie Akers, who's back in that 6th spot. But check it out, Tobias Matheson, he's going to go down to the bottom. He's going to try to make it work, try to make it stick, sends it. Not able to do it, doesn't pull a shiflet right there. He's able to get out of the gas and keep it off Austin Hill. So good driving by the top 3 guys, as Jeffrey Maconi still leads with 29 now, coming to 28 laps to go.
We almost had the big one, not really the big one, but shifted it, sent it into the back bumper of Brummett, almost took each other out, going into 1 last time by. Shifted has not really learned how not to send it, so he's taken 1 by the book and he's sticking with that same page. Maconi still leading, going through 1 and 2, get ready to come into 3. Has a little bit of an air bubble. That's no more than a bubble between him and Austin Hill. Matheson is still behind Hill. We talked about you can get aero tight with these cars. You want to be behind him on the straightaway and get a big run. You see Hill doing here, right in the back spoiler of Maconi, but through the corner, you don't want to lose that front grip and let that guy get a better run off you so you can't make a run.
Tony's still trying to hold the lead as long as he can. He's got 27 more laps if he wants to try to win him another one here on Fast Fridays on Maconi Entertainment. Tobias Matheson right up behind him as well. Maconi gets out of the gas just a little bit. Austin Hill almost tags him in the back end. That's going to leave the door wide open for Tobias Matheson if he decides to take it, and he does not. So Austin Hill holding on, as you see right here, riding on board with Jeffrey Maconi. Got the virtual camera, got the real camera, got it all lined up right now. He's got a rear view mirror full of Austin Hill, damn near shoving him going into turn number 3. Austin Hill trying to put the chrome bumper to the boss man.
Tobias Matheson has been one of the fastest cars on the track, about 10th, if not quicker, than the two in front of him for first and second. Just can't quite make a move without moving one of them. Not obviously taking notes from Shifter's handbook. He's going to try to do it clean as he can, but these two are going to wash up. Maconi up by the wall. The run, lose a little bit of speed. He'll try and make a move, possibly going into turn 3, going to look low, not quite able to make it stick as we're going right on board at Tobias Matheson here. Going to get a run off of turn 4, kind of, think about making a move. You know you have speed, but you also just kind of push the Austin Hill car in front of you and maybe, pick up some ground together. Hope these two wreck in front of you, but also you have Magnus Anderson and Gavin McCool in 4th and 5th, kind of starting to make up some ground. They were about a second or so back in the second half. Now they're both within a second of the lead. So these cars in 4th and 5th, you see them there on the screen, slowly starting to make up ground as Jamie Acres in 6th is now 4.5 seconds back. So he's already fallen out of the picture along with Joey Masterwitz and Jacob Cannon.
Tony still leads. Austin Hill really not letting him have it, if you will, just all over the back bumper. As you see right here, riding on board with Joey Masevich. This is back here at about the 8th spot right here, racing with Jacob Cannon in the AutoZone car. So Cannon trying to hold on to what he's got, trying to see if he can hold back Joey Masevich. But these three up here just will not give an inch to one another. Maconi, Hill, Matheson up here. And as you talked about, Magnus Anderson and Gavin McCool back here, right behind them, 4th and 5th, just creeping back there, just waiting for one of these three guys to make a mistake and possibly take advantage of it. As you see, Austin Hill drives it in very, very hard right here, coming off of turn number 4, gets right up on the back bumper of Jeffrey Maconi. He's waiting right now, Brayton, from what it looks like. He's just waiting. He's just lurking, waiting right now, waiting for that last lap pass. I believe that's exactly what he's waiting on.
Yeah, we're getting inside the 20 to go window here. Austin Hill, I think that you just mentioned, put it perfectly. Waiting for an opportunity, waiting for Maconi to make a mistake. I don't think he will personally, but you're going to have to watch and find out. He's still going to be on the inside, side up into Maconi. A little bit of bumper love there. Everyone's going to keep it straight, keep it going. Matheson almost running in the back bumper field. Now trying to look on the inside of Hill for 2nd place. Make a move into turn 1. Going to slide up a little bit. Hill down to the bottom. They're going door. They're going to beat. They're going to bank off in turn 2. Hill with a top side run. Matheson on the bottom. Nowhere for either one to go side by side. Going into turn 3, we're going to see who makes it stick and who's going to lick some concrete here, maybe and possibly a second. Hill still on the top, Matheson on the bottom, not quite able to get a run that he wants. This is really going to allow Anderson and McCool, they're like a kid on Christmas, waiting to open presents, waiting for these top 3 drivers to all possibly wreck and still achieve win. As we're now inside that 20 to go window, I think we're going to start seeing this thing heating up real quick, and it is already getting hot in here.
It's getting hot in here. Shout out to Nelly right there for that one. As you see right here, riding on board with Gavin McCool just a second ago, as he's right behind Magnus Anderson, trying to see if they can eat into this lead. Jump up here with these top 3 guys. Hell of a race between Matheson and Hill right there for that 2nd spot. But I'm telling you right now, Hill is just trying to hold on to that 2nd spot. Like I said, just like we talked about a second ago, I think that's what his plan is right now, is try to just wait and maybe even try to put the bumper to the boss man. I mean, because, he's been there. He's got to his left side. He's got to that left rear quarter panel. He just ain't been able to make it stick. They've either had some type of contact, either that or, he's just trying to play it safe. Maybe not. Here comes Austin Hill. Tries to take another run, not able to do it. Jeffrey Maconi still leads us. They are coming up on lap traffic here.
I believe we just possibly lost connection with the 26 of Austin Hill, who was in second. Just yeeted and disappeared. I guess he had to go get some pizza from the Casey's concession stands here. As now, it's a battle between the top 2 drivers, Tobias Matheson, Jeffrey Maconi, your top 2. That's going to allow Magnus Anderson to slide in the third. These 2 drivers are really letting go at it. I think you're talking about, though, Hill was kind of waiting for Maconi to make a mistake. I'm going to assume he had a technical difficulty there. And you watch, Maconi's been running the same line almost the entire run here. And these past 3 or 4 laps, he kind of started to change up. He was running about a lane to a lane and a half off the bottom in 3 and 4. As we're watching him going 1 and 2, really arch in the corner and try to get about half the car thing up. Kind of getting a little bit deeper, trying to be a bit more aggressive on the defense as he sees a mirror full of Tobias Matheson and that red, white, and blue machine trying to make a move. We talked about you have to run a different line really in the corner. You can't enter and go through the corner and exit in the same exact spot and expect it to work if you're the car behind as if Tobias Matheson. You're going to get aero tight in the corner and kill the front tires. So far, we've been on a 28 lap or so green flag run here. These tires, I'm sure, are starting to really hurt, especially in the front. These guys have been absolutely sending it. I'd hate to see Shift's front tires right about now. As you just mentioned, though, Chuck Fraser, lap traffic coming up into this one. Hopefully, it doesn't play into account, but I think we're going to catch him.
And I just mentioned earlier about Chuck Fraser really hoping that he gets a top 10. Well, he's sitting 11th right now, folks. I mean, he's fixing to go 1 lap down to our leader, Jeffrey Maconi, but still, with all, with everything that Chuck has went through tonight, still 11th place is not that bad to deal with when you go through as much as Chuck Fraser has went through as the battle for the lead heats up. Now we got a battle for third. Got Magnus Anderson up on top, McCool down on the bottom trying to see if he can make it stick back here. Battle for third. McCool down on the bottom, Anderson up top. He's going to get to his door. Was at his quarter panel, now at his door. Anderson still stuck in the middle lane, slides up just a little bit. McCool down on the bottom. Nothing there, so Anderson will get clear of Gavin McCool, and a caution. A caution is on the speedway. That is going to stack this race up big time, as Joey Masevich must have, hopefully he didn't get a send it shifted right there. But
no, but he got some help all right.
Oh, wow, got some help. We'll check it out right here on the instant replay. Looked like it was Akers right there, I believe. Akers kind of gets into him, spins him out, spins Masevich into the grass. And Masevich, who started second in this race, this is one of those races where I believe he would love to forget it, as you see obvious contact right there with Jamie Akers. And then, I mean, Brayton at that point right there, Akers just don't even lift off the gas. I mean, he's just straight up going to send him.
You're going to watch 18 of Kyle Brummett go into turn 1 later in this wreck and actually destroy the wall as well as everyone else involved. That's number 6 to see there of Akers. That was the initial cause of this wreck. So that battle I've been going on, I've been watching for the last 3-4 laps. Those two have been side by side almost every corner. I'm not really sure what Kyle Brummett was doing there. It almost looked like that was intentional targeting on Akers. He just kind of went in the corner and didn't turn, didn't hit the brake, but Akers was also spinning down the straightaway, so I'm not 100% sure what happened. That one about Brummett was thinking, or his foot fell asleep is a good excuse as we see drivers come down pit road. But that battle had been heating up for the past 3 or 4 laps where I'd seen Akers send it into turn 1, same way he did on lap 5 when he spun himself out, and almost hit Joey multiple times, and I'm surprised it honestly took that long for a caution. I was getting ready to bring up during that battle for third, but Gavin McCool, started 10th, was running inside the top 3 there. Now in 5th, but there's nothing cool, calm, or collected as Jacob Cannon is going to stay out here on some of these older tires. We talked about him. So we're going to see if we can hear from Jacob Cannon here.
Yeah, got Jacob Cannon up here in the booth. Jacob, what's the strategy now, baby? I mean, you back up here. What's the strategy now?
We're going to try to hang it out with the pit stop. I felt like the tires never wore off. It's been really smooth. I just had problems out of the 6 a couple laps back. So I think we're sitting in a good position. We got 10 to go, so hopefully we'll be there at the end.
Hopefully be there at the end, rocking the AutoZone uniform, got the AutoZone car, got the whole thing. Respect for the job. I got to be honest with you, Jacob. You're more diehard for your job than I would be. So, but Jacob Cannon staying out right here. We'll see if it plays out for him. Hopefully we'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you at the race.
I have a thing.
Cannon right there, and Brayton, not to cut you off, but honestly, I think I know what happened right there with Brummett right there. I think I know. Yeah, I mean, I think I know exactly what happened with Brummett right there. If you look at Brummett's car, Brummett's got Maconi Setup Shop all over that car. What do you think Macevich has got on his car? He's got Maconi Setup Shop all over that car. I think that was beef. Honestly, I think that was retaliation for Akers right there that got into Macevich, spun him out. I think Brummett saw that. He knew that was intentional. He showed his displeasure to Akers right there. I think that's exactly what that was.
I think that was some fine grade, grass-fed, organic, USDA grade beef there. That was fantastic. I thought that I was hoping it was intentional, but that was 110%. This guy wrecked my best friend, and it's shake and bake time. And not to scare you, but I am scared shiftless right now, as Shiflet is currently in 3rd behind Jacob Cannon. So these two drivers, Jacob Cannon, Jeffrey Maconi, they're going to be 1 and 2 on this restart here. That's not Lightning McQueen, that's Lightning Make a Bump, get out of my way. That wasn't. So that's Rusty's more like Rust, front bumper's gone. So Shiflet hopefully isn't going to send the entire field here, what's left of it, as we are down to almost 13 drivers, give or take, running out there. Now, Chuck Fraser kind of benefited from that. He was about to go a lap down, as we see Shiflet stopping outside of turn 4. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. Hopefully going in the back. That's what I'm hoping. If not, I think we're going to have a quick caution, as we are now inside 10 to go. It's going to be a quick 6-lap shootout for these drivers, as we are lights out on the pace car. Jacob Cannon, Jeffrey Maconi, now Tobias Matheson, Jamie Akers, and Kyle Brummett on your top 5. Remember Brummett and Akers just kind of destroyed each other?
Yeah, and not
Joey's here too.
Yeah, I mean, look who's behind Akers. It's Joey Macevich, the same guy that Akers just spun out to bring out this caution right here. I'm telling you, Brayton, I honestly, I do not see this sucker going green all the way for these 6 laps right here, because I'm telling you, Joey Macevich, he's going to try to get him back. I mean, if anything, I mean, Brummett, he already had his little, spat with him. He already got him one time. Macevich hasn't had his opportunity to get him back yet. As Jacob Cannon, he is on the gas. Green flag in the air. Maconi all the way to the top. Got Akers all the way over his back bumper, trying to possibly go 3 wide. Brummett now down on the bottom. Brummett's going to get into Akers down here on the bottom. Cannon able to make it stick for now. Still the leader on the racetrack. But a lot of beef right back here. Here comes Macevich. He tries to take a shot to Akers. This is the battle that we really want to see. We want to see the beef right here as Akers slides up just a little bit. Macevich, he's going to get to the inside. A little contact right there. Will Macevich retaliate right here going into turn 1?
Yeah, Mark Thrash really benefited from that. Try and make it inside the top 5. Looking 3 wide on the bottom of Savage and Akers. I'm going to call him Jamie. How about that? That Jamie doesn't really have, a sticker bomb car, and that's all Joe I think was trying to go for. He's like, hey, I think we need more sticker bomb in our life. You see Jamie getting a little bit tight through the corner there and almost coming down to the 20 of Gavin Marlin. As we are 2 by 1.5 almost for the battle for the lead. As we're within 4 laps to go, we still have number 22, Jacob Cannon on his OR tires, looking 3 wide, split down the middle, giving banana. Jeffrey Maconi on the top. That's Tobias Matheson on the bottom. Can they make it stick? Maconi trying to get a run off of 4 here. He also has number 18, Kyle Brummett, and Max Anderson on the bottom. They're still 3 wide, coming across the line. Maconi going to lead that one barely as he gets a high side run going into 1. Not going to help him a whole lot through the bumps, through the banks, and Jacob Cannon not looking too pretty right now.
And a caution is on the speedway, folks. All of that right here. Still wrecking back here in the back of the field. Got 73 of Chuck Fraser. This is one of those races where, I said it earlier about, Macevich, hopefully, this is one of those races he would want to forget. Well, now it's Chuck Fraser that doesn't, but he just wants this race to be over with. As it looks like Akers right there just kind of snaps right here in turn 1 right here. No, Fraser drives in. He gets into Akers, so there might be a little bit of retaliation going on with that as well. As you see Fraser, he just goes straight in and sends it right here. Akers has been disqualified right here, folks, so no more Jamie Akers in the field. Unfortunate to see right there Gavin McCool also getting caught up in this, but Jamie Akers, with all the action that he has done, the officials have already said, take it or take it to the truck, you are done for the evening. So, wow, I'm telling you, a lot of beef, a lot of tensions getting riled up right here. And folks, if you want to be in this every Friday night, free race, you can get in, get it broadcasted, and you can show your displeasure and beef right here on Maconi Entertainment for the Fast Fridays. What a race we have had. I mean, we've had wrecks, we've had, guys sending people on purpose. We've had Send It Shiflet in here. Obviously, I mean, we've had it all here tonight. So, folks, if you want to be in this right here, this is how you do it. Get on iRacing for Fast Fridays, Maconi Entertainment. Once again, I am Jake Reeves. Got Brayton Laster, the pizza man, in here. He had a little bit of pizza right before it, got him fueled up and got him ready, as we got a green-white checkered attempt number 1. Tobias Matheson, he will lead them to the green flag. Maconi will be up top. Jacob Cannon out there on those old tires down on the bottom. Wow, here we go. Kyle Brumlett up top as we go green flag. Tobias Matheson trying to see if he can get the jump. Gets the jump. Maconi going to drop down right in behind him. Got Cannon and Brumlett right behind him as they come off a 2.
Brumlett, Cannon, Anderson all trying to battle for his top 5. Maconi trying to get around the bottom a little bit. Bumper love almost there. Come up to turn 2. Not going to make room for it, but going to send it. Taking a notebook out of the shiftlets. Trying to make some room on the bottom as we're looking to see the white flag this time by. Hopefully put an end to this run. They're going to get it. Matheson on the outside. Maconi side by side on the bottom. Trying to make a move into turn 1. They only have 3 more corners to settle us out. You have the number 22. That's Jacob Cannon on those older tires trying to make it stick. 3 wide almost coming up for 2. Maconi had to run down the straightaway. Wasn't able to seal the deal. And now Matheson trying to make it count on the top.
Oh, and Cannon's going to get into Maconi. Gets him sideways. He jacks him up. They're wrecking behind him. Tobias Matheson. And wow, Maconi shows his displeasure to Cannon right there coming off of turn 4. But Tobias Matheson gets the win here on Fast Fridays. Maconi Entertainment at Iowa in the street stocks. What a finish to the end. Jeffrey Maconi showed his displeasure to Jacob Cannon. Wow, what a race. As Tobias Matheson, and honestly, Brayton, I think that is his first Fast Fridays win, if I'm not mistaken. So big deal right there for Tobias Matheson to get the win, as he's going to burn it down right here on the front stretch.
Yeah, Tobias didn't really have that deal sealed until coming out of 40. They're going to tear some more stuff after us because we haven't caused enough damage already. Duct tape sales are up. But, I mean, Matheson had a decent restart they're going to see here. Kind of going into turn 1, had a decent run, and Maconi just had the better run off the corner. Gave a little bit of love, moved Matheson up the track, and allowed Maconi to slide it in on the inside. Through like pizza on butter, pepperoni on pizza, that's a better term. And Maconi and Matheson were pretty much side by side. They took the white flag, and this entire last lap, they were side by side. Cannon on those older tires was able to make it stick, got a better arc, not when you don't have someone on your outside, you're able to get into the corner, obviously better. As you saw Mustovich and Brumlett, everyone back there battling for 5th. And right here, I would give him the race to Maconi. I mean, he looked like he had the better entry going in the corner and had almost a car length gap on Matheson. It would have been a drag race to the finish, but then we see Candace get into his left rear, kind of lift him up a little bit, and then obviously coming to checkered flag Maconi. I'm going to say had the left front go down, if you're asking me.
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what it was right there. But, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Be right back with any driver interviews that we got and the official results. Stick tuned. We'll be right back.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
And folks, we are back. What a finish all the way to the end. Tobias Madison will get the win. As you see right there on your screen, Tobias Madison gets the win. Got Kyle Brummett will get second. Joey Masevich gets third. Good bounce back from him. Jacob Cannon, Jeffrey Maconi. Cannon actually gets the better of Jeffrey Maconi with their little front stretch spat that they have. Cannon gets fourth, Maconi fifth. Mark Thrash gets sixth. With Gavin Marlin, he will get seventh. Bob Cornwell will get eighth. Aaron Shiflett, will get ninth. Magnus Anderson, he rounds out the top 10. Do you, Brady?
That Chuck Frazier going to end up 11th after an up and down night for him. Gavin McCool, not cool, calm or collecting on that one, ending up in 12th. Austin, we saw him be a dominant force, or led 12 laps early in this race. Unfortunate for technical difficulties for him, going to end up 13th. Then you have Garrett Pick, we also saw him be real competitive early in this race. 14th, get Gerald Ingrick. 15th, Aaron Thompson. 16th, Jamie Akers. Unfortunate ending for him as he actually got disqualified. He's going to be relegated to the 18th spot. Or 17th spot. My time in Skirmish is different. That's odd. And then you had Chase Stewart in 18th, Ryan Teams in 19th, and Jason Washburn in 20th.
And a bunch of these other guys that you see on your screen, they were not able to finish in the race, so they are not here. But we got the man right here. We got the guy that won the race, Tobias Matheson. Congratulations, you are a Fast Fridays winner. How does it feel?
It feels great, man. I'm really happy about this.
You sound like it. Honestly, you sound like it. I mean, Tobias, tell us about that, that last restart right there. You door-to-door with boss man Jeffrey Maconi. What's going through your mind right there? Because, you saw Jeff diving in right there into turn 3. I mean, did you think you were actually done for at that point?
I mean, I thought I was a little bit of done for, but, I was side by side. I was a bit nervous, though, but it was a really fun race. I'm bit sad that Austin got disqualified, but it was one hell of a race.
Awesome race and awesome finish. Tobias Madison gets the win. Tobias, before we let you go, have you got anybody that you want to thank that made this possible tonight, bud?
I'd like to thank my family for getting me this wheel, and thank you for all my fans for supporting me. So grateful to be here, and thank you all for hosting the session.
Well, Tobias Madison, we appreciate you, buddy, and congratulations on your Fast Fridays win, buddy.
Thank you.
That was Tobias Matheson, and we're going to see who else we can bring in here. Brayton, who we got in here at this point?
We got number 18, Kyle Brummett. Someone will bring out Brummett. He finished second tonight, although that was without tribulations. You and both, actually, Tobias Matheson, who finished 1-2, were involved in that lap 34 crash with the number 40 of Chase Stewart. He came down into Matheson, and then you were actually the big loser on that one, went sliding across the track in 1 and 2 there. Talk us through the night, kind of how you recovered and came back from that crash and almost halfway through the race.
All right. First of all, I want to thank Jeff Maconi. I've been friends with him for years, and I've run for some other setup shops, but he was nice enough to reach out, send me an invite to run this, and had a ton of fun. I think the issue lies in, and I don't ever like to talk about iRating, but a lot of these people, their skill level, I wouldn't say per se is bad, because everybody in this race had top-notch speed, but I found myself on restarts not wanting to put myself in a position of diving under people just because I got a run taking off before they did. And every restart I kept falling back. I'd drive my way up. People were driving in way too deep sometimes. And if you did get under somebody, and I tried to do it cleanly, every time I got near somebody, they would just lay on your door. The only real instance where I kind of lost my cool was with the 6 car, and that one, I'm sure the broadcast enjoyed that one, but we ended up getting second place. It was hard fought. I don't know if I necessarily deserved that. I feel like Austin and Jeff probably had the best cars, but I would like to have seen what I could have done on a long run without having to try to pass the entire field every start.
Yeah, that's a real good point. A lot of tribulation tonight, lock, restart. Anybody want to thank for the second place run tonight?
Yeah, like I said, I just want to thank Jeff and even Joey. They've been good friends of mine, even though we run for different shops. They're good friends, great people, and I can't wait to run this again. Hopefully I'm off and can do it again next Friday and keep the streak going.
And if I can bring up one more thing, there was an incident earlier in this race too where you went into turn 1 and you saw the number 6 of Jamie Acres after spinning the 64 of Joey Musovich. Did the right front go down there, or what happened there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got a right front flat or something happened. I don't know what. I'd hit everything and I hadn't used a fast repair up to that point, so my car was pretty broken. But I race pretty clean. I don't ever intentionally wreck anybody, so I'm not sure what happened. We'll have to take it back to the shop and give a look at it.
All right, thank you, and congrats on the second place run.
Thank you.
And we're going to get one more guy, bring him in here. That is, believe it or not, we got Jacob Cannon jumping in here. Jacob, you know, I mean, hell of a race for you, bud. But, you know, tell us about that last lap right there with you and Jeffrey right there.
Yeah, I came into turn 3, entered off a little too much, and then I sailed it in, had enough, you know, room to get back on the throttle. Didn't know he's going to check up as much as he did, and got into the back of him. Pretty sure he's probably mad at me or something like that. But I mean, if it's the last lap, you got to go for what you got to go for. I mean, it's balls to the walls, basically.
Balls to the walls. That's a term I haven't heard in a while right there. But yep, balls to the walls right there for Jacob Cannon. And I mean, have you and him exchanged any words after that at all, or y'all cool, or you know, what's the deal with that?
I'm pretty sure me and him's going to talk about it later on. I mean, it's just a incident that happened in the moment, so I'm pretty sure I'll hear from him or hear from me later on. So,
and tune in next week for that result, folks. But Jacob Cannon getting fourth, still a hell of a race. A lot of strategy that you played out, was able to get you a top 5 tonight. Jacob, or before we let you go, you got anybody else that you want to thank besides AutoZone?
I just want to thank my girlfriend for letting me do what I do on Friday nights. I know I need to show up a little bit more than I do now, but yeah, I just got to thank her for letting me have the time to myself and doing what I do.
Awesome. Jacob Cannon put on a show tonight. Jacob, congratulations on the run, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
And Brayton, I believe we're almost at the point of wrapping this thing up. Brayton, you got anything to add right here?
I think it was a fantastic night. We saw a lot of bump drafting, especially for a track that's not known for bump drafting. And I am excited to see what NASCAR brings back here next year. Last week, we went to a track that NASCAR abandoned at Chicagoland with Fast Friday. And then today, we came to a track that NASCAR is finally bringing them back, and I cannot wait for it. These drivers put on a fantastic show all night long, and I'm just ready to eat some pizza.
He's got it lined up right there, don't he? Got the pizza lined up. Honestly, I think I got some pizzas in there in the freezer. I may end up getting me one here in a minute. But Brayton, thank you for being here with us tonight and spicing it up, if you will, here this evening. And folks, I believe that's going to wrap this thing up. We'd like to thank tonight's race sponsors, Maconi Setup Shop and Maconi Competitive Zone. Calling the action tonight was myself, Jake Reeves, alongside the pizza man, Brayton Laster, in the booth with Ryan Bauer producing. Thank you to all our viewers for watching tonight's racing action, and hope you will stay tuned to all of our social media pages for our next Fast Fridays racing. Don't forget to tune in on us every Monday night for the C Fixed Truck Series. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you at the checkered flag.